I want to talk a little bit about what appears to have been a very lavish trip that Governor Patrick recently made to China. Reports this morning in the newspapers say that the governor spent $312,000 on this trip to China recently. He was there to discuss business issues and possible business ventures between the state of Massachusetts and the government of China. Of that $312,000, taxpayers picked up $240,000 of it. Now, it all sounds all great and fine when you talk about it the way we just have, but then you start to sort of break this down and you get a sense of what went on here. More than $100,000 of this was on airline tickets, and then the rest of it went toward upscale hotels and very lavish receptions, and in attendance were many of his donors who are business owners here. They paid their own way, but they were in attendance of a lot of these receptions and whatnot that we taxpayers were paying.
Look, taxpayer-funded junkets are nothing new. Weld was famous for going to Ireland for research. This happens a lot. They pick a place where they want a vacation. This wasn't that, by the way. They do some sort of business there, and we pick up the tab. The symbolism of it is what's troubling here. Number one, we can't reduce the gas tax because the state can't afford it. Number two, we can't have a sales tax holiday because the state can't afford it. Yet, the governor can go to China for almost $250 million on our budget. $250,000 on our dime, and he sits there smiling. Even brings a video crew with him to document the trip. And we're left here holding the bag.
That video crew is still at $3,000, though. Come on, come on.
And where do we see the video? By the way, we paid for
probably
it,
online.
Right?
I would hope it's online. I understand that you have to spend some money to make some money, and this may down the road, as you guys said in the heavy hitters, this may end up being a very nice financial boom for Massachusetts if they can bring businesses. However, though, in the meantime, when you have so many cities and towns dealing with budget crunches because the state can't give them money, and you have schools laying off teachers and closing classrooms and increasing classrooms, and it's just, this is not the time to do it. It's just really bad timing.
It appears to me that the governor doesn't think the budget crisis applies to his office. The word that comes to mind is excessive. It starts with the curtains, goes to the Cadillac. Then he hires these, expands his staff and has people helping out his wife, her staff. Then he creates these other positions for and an assistant position, creating all these new jobs within the state government. Then you have this trip.
State helicopter, don't forget, as well, which can be defended, but with the high cost of fuel right now.
Sure.
Right.
Hard to do that.
That's right.
It just seems there's one thing after another. So the pattern here is developed that it's, look, I'm going to spend what I want to spend because I'm governor, and that's how it works.
And then he's Judge Schmales with the taxpayer. You'll get nothing and like it.
Right.
And we found that out again with the sales tax holiday.
You got to lead by example.
Right.
This is why the income tax ban that's going to be on the ballot in November is going to go through. These guys keep sending the wrong signals to the people, and at some point you can only get pushed. What is the Parcells line, Gino? How long are you going to let them push you around?
Right.
This is long enough already.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm with Q in that I know you have to spend money to make money because that's the way business works. But couldn't you do this a little differently?
A reasonable way.
I feel this is excessive, by the way.
Right. I mean,
I
there's a $53,000 reception. Now, was that imperative to go over and to present business plans and that kind of thing?
And couldn't they spring for the reception? I mean, we're the guests. We're coming to your country. Can't you throw us a party?
Or better yet, if all these big-time donors who want to go over with the governor, A, because they want the access to the governor. You get on a plane and you're going to China, you got a lot of access to the governor. And they want to get their business name out there in China. Then why didn't they foot the bill?
How many people went on this trip, too? Because I'm looking at $58,000, right, for the hotel bills. And this, we're talking less than a week, right? They weren't gone for more than 7 days.
Don't they have a Red Roof Inn in China or something?
You would think.
You would think, yes.
Absolutely.
For those that are wondering whether he's going to stay as governor for the rest of his career or if he's looking somewhere else, why else would he need video of himself in China? I doubt it's for re-election purposes to the corner office here. Clearly he wants this video for when he does run for national office. There's no other way to read that. And guess who paid for it? You and me.
Well, Christy Mayos has video of himself down on the Cape, so maybe that's why.
Hey, we have a web poll on this, too, if you'd like to weigh in at myfoxboston.com. You think it was a little excessive here on the part of the governor? We'd like to hear from you.